Okay, so I'm Taylor and that's how I get 100k followers on Instagram and how you can do the same. Let's do a quick introduction. At start, I only had 60 followers on my account and all of them were my friends from school and family. One day I decided to change something in my life, start doing something I was really excited about, and that was graphic design. The only thing I knew is that I like experimenting in Photoshop and Illustrator.
Beautiful morning, yeah, the sun in my morning, babe. Nothing in the water.
So, I started doing graphic design for dance schools and dance courses because that's what my sister was doing at the moment and I thought maybe I could find my audience there. But soon enough I understood that people in that community didn't care enough to follow someone who was doing just graphic design and not dancing.
I don't apologize, I don't hide. I'm Kubrick with the shine, got the eyes on my neck.
Moreover, I'm not a good dancer at all. At the same time, I was looking at other graphic designers on Instagram and sites like Pinterest, Behance and so on, and eventually I asked myself, what is it they do that I cannot? And the answer was nothing. So I started experimenting.
Met this pretty thing, nice to meet you, mucho gusto.
I started experimenting in an absolutely no for me. I had no real motivation or actual understanding of what I need to do besides just interest in something I've never done before. Although I didn't have experience of designing something crazy for an audience that wasn't just connected only to one thing, I had some things in my mind to stay on the same line and to push myself. I guess you can call it strategy. Let's speak a bit more about it. I should say that you can apply this strategy not only to graphic design pages on Instagram, but actually to anything in social media you want to push. So first things first, ask yourself what is the thing you are the best at. You need to stick to it for a really long time until you get any recognition. So if you don't want to get burned out really fast, you need to do the thing you are interested in. Grab a pen and a piece of paper and start writing all the things you like to do. It doesn't really matter if this is just a hobby or a thing you do for a living. Then start crossing out the things you can't really do for a long time, until you have only one line. Now you have an idea of what you want to do. Your next step will be creating the right mindset. I'm not speaking about the things like successful people will tell you. I'm talking about the fact that you could do it for months or even years without any feedback at all. There's nothing that can promise your audience growth in some exact time. And if someone tells you they can, they probably just want your money, that's all. So if you need some money to continue living for the time you'll be trying to work on your social media as well, then probably it's better to find some kind of job. And the final tip for you all, try to learn something new. Learn no matter the cost of it. My first project was a disaster now when I'm looking at it, and yours will be too. When I'm looking at things I did half a year ago, I can see the imperfection of it, and that's okay, because I'm learning from day to day. I try to add something new to my daily routine. My style evolves and so do I. One thing that's not okay is trying nothing, because then you're just wasting your time. Your life gets more boring from day to day, and that's just not an instinct way to live, I should say. Okay, this was my story and some tips from me for you to do the same thing I did. I'm not a genius, there are no things that only I could do. So feel free to join this journey and try it too. And for now, thank you for watching. As you could notice, I use some music, so I won't get any money from this video. So if you want to support me, please consider subscribing to this channel and sharing this video. Bye! Keep it going, don't stop for me. All charged up, I could glow in the dark.